Hi guys, and welcome to episode 28 of me painting. It is currently the 12th of May. That says the 11th because I started this painting yesterday, but I didn't think you'd be interested in watching me just paint it black, so I didn't start the video then. This is a very special kind of paint, this black paint. This is chalkboard paint. So if you want a chalkboard, you can use that. I have footage of me that's very old. Well, I mean not very old because I'm not very old, but from when I'm like 10 or something, which I'm going to put on screen now, which is of me using the chalk wall that I had in my room. So that's a bit of my childhood there that you've just seen. In it. That was recorded on a tape as well, because I'm that old. It was like 10 years ago. Anyway. So, as this is kind of a chalkboard, I don't have any chalk, but I do have wax crayons, so we're going to start with some sort of Cy Twombly type scribbles. I mean, these are all going to get covered up, but well, never mind me having to cover them up, they've covered themselves up. Barely even see them. Put it in the wrong thing. Don't do that. I have this little thing of crayons that I'm in the process of using. Alright. Well, it looks a bit better like that. With the light on it. Not as, because after that I had the glare. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this in a, away. Because this is where our drips go. Isn't that nice? Yeah. And some of these things, which you can kind of peel off and they reveal like paint, because this is all just paint. And these little bits are very nice, and I haven't tried this, but I'm guessing I can probably just put those on the canvas, you know? So let's try it. Again, so I'll do it like this so that you guys can see it a bit better. Aimed a bit more, your way. Turn it up a little bit. We're not going to touch these right now, I don't think, but maybe a bit later I might. We'll see, won't we? What do I want to start with? Start with this, I think. Don't know if you can hear that, that's my parents arguing. They do that. Let's add some white to that to lighten it just a little bit. Now, this sort of chalkboard pen I got out of a can, and I think I'm gonna use some more paints out of cans. They're packed very tightly in here, so I kind of have to take them out multiple at a time to get to the one that I actually want. This is the one that I actually want. It's Oxford Blue. It's I think I can feel some liquid in there, but there's definitely something moving. Now, last time I tried to open one of these and it was very difficult. So I'm gonna have to go down. Go upstairs. To do it properly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and get some things. So I've got a hammer and some pliers. I don't know if this is the right way to open these cans, but it's the way I've got it to work for me. Basically just did it. So there we are. I think I'm gonna need to yeah, it's got a kind of skin on it, and don't know how thick this skin is, but to get you out of it. Stop doing that. I'm just gonna have to put my bloody hand in there, aren't I? I'm gonna have to put my blooming hand in there and get this thing out. Very pleasant, that is. This is the skin that was on it. I suppose I can probably use it once it's dried at least. So I'll put that there and let that get to drying. I'm just here hoping this paint isn't toxic, because if it is I'm going to die. So that's good, isn't it? There's no soap down here, which is on the annoying side. And now my hands feel all sort of sticky. I need to use soap. I'm going to go and get some soap. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's put some of this paint on that canvas. And on my shirt as well. This is how I properly introduce a new paint into my palette. Into my, into my art. It needs to have a good old smear on my shirt. Very thick. I've just done it again. Are you serious? Man, I don't know if it's toxic or not. I really don't want it on my skin. Well, but then again, Jackson Pollock, there's photographs of it and his hands are literally covered in it, and he used this kind of paint, so it's probably fine, but still, I'd rather not if possible. Now, I don't think this is oil based. The thing is, I can hardly read it because it's covered in rust, so I can't actually see what the ingredients are, but well, we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out if it's oil or acrylic. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it's particularly expensive. I mean, I don't know where they got it from. It was just in the garage. But it isn't reacting particularly violently with the rest of these paints, so God knows. I do want to wash this bottle very rapidly though, because I really don't want to get stuck in the don't think I'm going to use much of this paint in the future. It's kind of a bother. I think this must be oil paint then, because it's just not reacting in the way that I'm familiar with. I mean, it won't come off the brush, which is very worrying. Right, so if I'm going to be using this, I am, instead of doing that, I'm going to pour it into this. Let's see how it reacts with water, because then we'll know. Let's put an amount of it in there. Right. Add some water. Let's see if they mix. Well, I don't know. I mean, see, I'm not familiar enough to know if that's. certainly behaving strangely, but I don't know if I'd call it oil strange or a different kind of strange. But there are bits of it just sort of floating in the water. See how it reacts with this pen. Yeah, this is... Look at that, the way it's separating. I think this might be oil paint. So have I made a mistake? A dreadful mistake? There is only one way of finding out. But I'm going to pour it and see how it reacts. I mean, is that how they react when you put them together? They sort of separate. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Only one way to find out if that brush is going to survive or not. Well, don't really know what to do here because I'm not sure I want to, put other brushes anywhere near it. Because I don't have the facilities to get oil paints off of brushes right here. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. Also depends how long it takes to dry. I mean, if I come in here like in 2 days and it's still wet, I'll know I'm dealing with oil paint. The way they really don't like each other, you know? Oh, 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 oh. So I need to find a different way of going about it, basically, don't I? A different way of applying it, the paint, which doesn't involve using a brush, because a brush will get, you know, stuck and stuff. Not this, because I've used this for stuff before. before, so if I move some of this sort of, it's not, you know, styrofoamics or whatever. Use this to apply some. Perhaps let's get the palette. Put some paints on it. Start with some white. That was a good start. More. A bit not much, but fine. Let's add some of this gold, because this always makes a good kind of beige. So I got here white with some, kind of looks like an egg actually, isn't it? No, it's not. It's beige. It's off-white. And then let's get some of it, if I can, and yellowish pink, that's what this is called, yellowish pink. Nearly identical to, let's not waste that. Burnt sienna. Deeply unpleasant, isn't it? That worked. I mean, you know, it worked. It worked in the sense that it didn't fail miserably. Let's see what else we can do. Here's a couple. Let's add some of this to there. add another purple to that. Let's see how this does. It's a very, very unpleasant knot with that. Why does it do that? It's so annoying. Camera, just stay where I put you. I'll zoom out a bit if you're going to be difficult. I just want you to be able to see the bottom corner of it. Obviously, this is not the kind of painting that I was intending to do today, but obviously things aren't exactly how I originally perceived them to be, so changes have had to be made to my technique for today. absolutely not. Which is good, isn't it? I'll just use red then. Red raw. Well, that sounds nasty actually, that's not quite what I meant. Okay, I think I'm going to let this dry, to see, mainly just to see how long it takes to dry. And then we'll see. God, I've got pain all on my arms as well. We'll see about it, won't we? But yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I mean, I think it looks quite good, but I mean, I'm not sure about how it's going to turn out, because obviously I've heard oil and acrylic can separate, and obviously if that happens, badness. Badness. So yeah, we'll see, won't we? I'll see you in an amount of time. I don't know how much amount of time, but we'll see, won't we? Hi, it's now the 14th. It's had 2 days to dry. It's still a bit tacky where the oil paint was. I mean, I don't know if you can hear that. But it's dry enough to paint over. Yesterday we had a very nice day, so I spent about 4 hours in the sun, and the painting was there in the sun with me, so in the direct sunlight, and that's, I think, helped with the drying a lot. I quite like this, but it's not really consistent with the style that I'm trying to do paintings in now. So I'm going to try to keep as much of it as possible, but I'm going to have to do quite a lot of painting over. So if you're very, very attached to this, I'd advise you stop watching here, because a lot of this is going to go, but I'm going to try and keep as much as I can. So we're going to start with mixing some colours, I suppose. This has got to do, I think, a lot more drying, so I'm going to leave that over here. A couple of brushes that we used yesterday. I mean, we had enough turpentine to clean the oil off of these. I mean, this still has a vague blueness about it, but we managed to save these, luckily, so that's good. But yeah, I'd be worried to try and continue with oil right now. So yeah, we are gonna. So, I'm gonna get some water because I forgot to do that. And I'm thinking a kind of beige, a kind of beige to go over the top. So we'll see what cans are available. Oh, this seems to have be a good can for that type of thing. Let's add some well, actually, we have some new white, which is more house paints. This is the oil that cursed us last time. This. Oh, I'm sorry. This is some more house paints. This is sage. Again, it doesn't say whether it's oil or not, so I'm gonna be careful with that. If I do, I'm not using that today though. What I am using, assuming it is not oil, I don't know why you can't just say, like, oil on it somewhere, or acrylic. Like, why does it have to be so blooming complex? Well, you can recoat after 2, so it dries in just a couple of hours, so it should, I'm guessing it's acrylic. So I'm not gonna use that because that's my palette knife and I'd really rather not bend that out of shape, even though I just have done. How do we open you, friend? That's how. Oh, you need some stirring, don't you? Yes, actually, let's put that back on there. Give it a That is better. Much better. What cup can I use to... Nearly dropped my cup. That'd be bad, wouldn't it? I haven't thought this through fully. Didn't get any in my hair, did I? No. Lucky. Put this back on there. So that's all nice and sealed. And it washes off my hands perfectly, which means it is water based. Thank God. Put this back where it belongs. Zoom in because I will forget. Okay, I know I always go for this gold, but that is because it works really well, but let's try something different. Let us see what we're working with here. Let's try some brown. I can't stir with what I'd normally stir this with because it's still got some of that blue oil paint on it and it's not dry yet, so I don't want to use that. So I'll just use this little one which I normally just use for stirring small stuff, but it will work for this. So it's created a very light pink. I think I'm going to add a bit of green to it and see if that does anything interesting to it. That was a lot, but don't matter. It don't matter. Oh, I've made a green. Didn't need to put quite that much in, but it don't matter. created literally my favourite colour. Again, tends to happen. Aqua green, as I call it. And as I will always call it. And as I'm never going to not call it. Because that's what it's called. In the world of Bailey. Let's use our friend here again. What am I going to do here? I guess I'm going to improvise, as I am wont to do. It really does annoy me that the camera just is not very good at aiming very precisely where I want it to go. How's that? That good? Looks good to me. Yeah. Let's go. This is very thick, so it's going to go on very nicely. Okay. It's a good start. Methinks. I've got a lot of that paint. Excuse me, a lot of that paint left for later. And I've got a lot of that white left there, which I've just got on my thumb because I'm a numpty. What to do with the rest of that? Because it'd be a shame to waste it, wouldn't it? Just got more of it on me. I'm a ding. So this is just white, which I never really intended to just use as a paint in this painting, but seeing as I have it and it'd be a shame to waste it, let's see what we can do. What don't I like? There's not a lot I don't like, actually, but let's see. Here we are. That's good. Okay. Let's see what next. Now more dark. More darkness over the top. So we got some grey, which is really coming to the end of its life. In fact, I should probably just clean that out because that's not going to really be used for anything else, I don't think. Anyway, I think this has still got some life in it. The kind of nastiness is kind of separating from it. I'd call it oil if I didn't know better, but it's not oil. Looks like oil, but doesn't behave like it, so I know it's not. No, it's too liquidy for what I'm trying to do here. Too liquidy. New colour mixing time, yay! Thinking of dark blue. Not the same blue we used there. I'm going to mix my own blue this time. I'm not making that same. Well, I'm not going to say it was a mistake. Because that blue looks good and it worked out okay in the end. But that's not what I want to do this time. That's some blue. I'm going to add to that. Wash these brushes for one thing. Let's add some
varnish,
I think, to see what it's like. I forgot how weird the texture of that is. Da-da-da. A mix of that. Let's see what it's like. Gonna add some dark to it. Maybe not black, because I like that. Or maybe I might have to. I might have to. Is any of that still available? It's very thick though. No, that's not gonna work. Not for today anyway. Let's see. Yeah, just a bit of black. I'm gonna have to. Although I could just, yeah. I'm being foolish. I'm being loofish. Because I got black here that I can just use, you know. Let's see what it's like. see what it's like, wee what it's like. What? Brush. Rush. Be-rush. Be-rouge. Rouge. Beirut. What's this little fella here? And not thinking too much about it. Just trying not to, I'm going to try not to cover any more of the old painting up. So, try being the opposite. Maybe a little bit, but you know, don't want to cover much more of it up. What did I get that one? I think I just on the washing machine, so not on anything that it shouldn't be on. I am going to move this washing though. There's a little bit of that left in there. I might do that for some pouring later. Alright. I think it's time we do some pouring, don't you? What colour do I want to pour? Let's try... My mind keeps going back to dark blue, but that, you know... We've got enough of that, but I've covered most of it up. But it'd mean going back to oils. And this is where things get complicated. I really would rather not have to use any more oil on this. Because the oil will very nearly screw the whole thing up. I mean, I can see already some of the new paint that I've put on is already starting to sort of separate, you know. Which is good because it adds texture to it, but at the same time, too much of that and you know, it'll be hanging on someone's wall, some gallery wall, because I'm obviously it'll be in the Museum of Modern Art, and it'll suddenly start peeling off, and I don't want that, you know. Yeah. About a purple. Let's try a purple. That'll make my mum happy. Because my mum likes a good old purple. So let's start. We're going to start this purple. Now this may be a controversial choice, but I'm going to start this purple with some purple. And then I'm going to add to that purple, and again, some people will be like, this is sacrilege, you're not allowed to do this, but I'm going to add to that purple some more purple. This is much lighter. I mean, it looks pink on camera, but it is, I would consider this purple anyway. A good dollop of that. And just for good luck, good luck, I'm going to add some blue. And we'll see what becomes of this. Add a touch of this. Thin it out a bit. And think a bit more, because I want it to be quite thin, because I want to see as much of this through it as is possible. I'm going to thicken it up in a minute. Now I'm going to add something which I haven't used yet in this painting, some ash. Some good old fashioned I need a comb. That would be ideal, to get rid of some of these bigger bits of charcoal and just leave behind the ash. But I don't really have anything like, oh, but I tell ya, I could use this. I should ask my mum beforehand, because it's probably her, so I'm just going to quickly do that. I am allowed to use it. Good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this here. You'll want to see this. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to put this there. I'm going to put this over it. Try not to get paint on it. And then I wish I'd thought of this earlier. That's enough for now. The rest of this that's perfect. Completely, absolutely perfect. And it even let a couple of the nails through as well, because I like to get nails in it, as you lot know. If you've been watching, if you saw the previous episode of me painting. Well, I can't find them now, but it doesn't matter. You can always get them from over there. There are the nails. There's also a paper clip there that I found, so I'm going to dump that in too. They put too much ash in them. That's fine. What can thin that out a bit more of this? Or even better, just use water. It's kind of like, it's a bit like sand now, kind of purple sand, which I'm pretty sure is the name of a Jimi Hendrix song, or something like that anyway. Are you going to stay where you are, camera? Are you going to stay where I put you? Straight down. It'll be more likely to get a better angle. That hasn't gone particularly well, I don't think. Oh, okay, yeah. That's better. Yes, that's more like it. That's what I was wanting. Much better. Yes. Much better, thank you. And the rest of it, perhaps? Oh, this guy. Perhaps. Maybe not ready yet. Oh well. Better, 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 better. See, the camera did move. I said it'd do that, didn't I? I said it'd move when I wasn't looking, and it did. Oh no, I just moved the cameras. I'm an idiot. Okay. It moved. Did you see that? It moved. There's a setting to undo that, but I can't be bothered. Right. We're in the swing. We're in the swing. Let's not get out of the swing. Let's stay in the swing. I'm thinking. We can clean up this edge first. Let's go back to this blue like I said I would. Let's add some of this and then some of that. And let's move this back to a lower angle so that I can hopefully get some stuff to actually stick onto the surface, because that would be nice. Can't you just stay still? No, you insist on moving, move then. Right. Okay. Add some more of this nice varnish. Not too much, because again I'm not sure how expensive it is, and it's not actually mine, it's my mum's, so I don't want to waste it all. So this paper clip can go there. Make a little nail would look quite nice there. So let's do that. Another nail there. Another one there. And one right. And now I think something darker. Again, I want to do dark blue, but I can't because it's oil, and I tried to make my own and it was crap. There must be some dark blue in there somewhere. Dark purple. That's interesting. Let's try that. Dark purple. Let's make it even darker through adding some of our special mixture. That might be too much, but here's hoping otherwise. Let's give it not much, but a bit of ash, just as a little bit of interest. Just because it makes it more interesting, makes the texture more interesting than just having it be, you know, just blank. And just the tiniest hint of antibacterial cleanser. And now I have to add more of the ash. And try to make it not too much, because that'll ruin everything. That was too much. No, it wasn't, thank God, but I'm definitely not putting any more in. sure even quite what I'm doing here. Just doing that, I guess. Right, I think I'm gonna let this dry now and see how we go on tomorrow, assuming it's dry tomorrow, which this is all acrylic that I've added, so it should be. And we will see, won't we? We will see. Let's see. Should probably I really didn't actually want touching the canvas in the way they just did, but whatever. Who cares? Not dizzy guy. I don't know though. Maybe a bit more today. Only one way to find out if this is the right decision or not, and that's just to do it. That wasn't bad. And yeah, I think that's an improvement, definitely. So yes, that I think is all for this. No, not all for this time. All for today though, but you're going to see me again later. So see you tomorrow, probably. Hello, welcome back. It is now Friday the 16th of May, and we're going to finish this painting today. There's just a few slight sort of tweaks I'm going to make to it. I'm going to accentuate these sort of white, off-white areas. Here, I'm gonna add some metallic blue mainly in this middle area here, and I'm gonna pour some varnish down it. I'm not gonna completely varnish the surface because I want the matte and the gloss to, you know, bounce off each other, but it's mainly just to secure the nails that are already on the canvas, all the 3D, sort of three-dimensional parts of it, to make sure that they don't just fall off. And again, just to add some visual interest, interaction between the matte and the gloss. So, first order of the day, that is not the correct way of phrasing that, but nevertheless, the first thing we're going to do today is I'm going to mix some sort of metallic blue. So we're going to start that with this silver. Although we actually already have some metallic blue, but I want this to be darker. So that's that. No, that's not the kind of blue that I want. I want dark. Again, that oil paint is the perfect colour, but I don't really want to mess about with any more of that, at least not on this painting. I've only just recovered from the blue that I already put on there. Go on. There we go. Some more of that to and I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I kind of want to use that for, what am I going to use? Because I want to use that brush for that. But it'd also be pretty good for that. But no, I'll use this one. There we are, and I think maybe just something like that. There we are. Ooh, don't do that, just behave. Right, and then let's do some more mixing of this colour, because I added some purple into it last time, which thankfully doesn't appear to have made much of a impact on it. Let's see. And now, the varnish. So we'll get this one, this seems clear enough. Ow. I'm going to use some of this Winsor & Newton stuff. On. I'm gonna poke a hole in this if it doesn't open, I'm serious. Why won't you open? What's your problem? Seriously? Bloody hell. Alright. All that for a smidge of that. And more of this stuff, this wax finish varnish, which thankfully has a lid. Like, I doubt this is any better to drink than that other one, and yet it's this one that is, like, that one's really hard to open. Oh, whatever. Anything else weird that I can add into it just to make it a bit more interesting? Fleet roll lever. Acrylic paint pouring. Shake well every time you use the fluid roll. What if I don't shake thoroughly? What if I just use it without shaking thoroughly? What about that? Because I'm such a rebel. No, why is purple getting into it? That's not what I want. I don't want that. No, 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 no. Don't want that, thanks. Don't want that, thanks. Don't want that, thanks. No. No purple, thanks. Rather annoying when that happens. Try some of this. I don't know where the hell do these bloody bread things keep coming from? It's the second time I've found one in here, just lying there. Or sitting there, I should say, whatever. Being There is a film starring Peter Sellers from 1979. Don't know if you knew that. Not a lot of people know that. But I do. I know it. Yeah. Add all the excess into there. Okay, there we are then. Now that needs to dry and it will probably be done. Again, I can't be totally sure until I've actually, seen it, but, onto this one as well, because why not? Okay, I'm gonna get whatever the hell that is off it, because it's you. Only one last little detail to add. Just added the date, because it had the 11th on the back, because that's the day I started, and I've just added the 16th, so I know that it's the 11th to the 16th of this month of this year. So, I think that's that. Yeah, okay. And how appropriate, I got more of that blue oil paint on my hands, just as I did when I started the painting. That's perfect. Annoying, very annoying, but perfect, because it's appropriate that I finished this painting as I started it, getting unwanted oil paint on my hand. So that is perfect. So yes, this is number whatever it was, number 44. And yeah, that's that. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me paint it. And if you have, please join me again one day in a future episode of me painting. Good night. Hi. I've decided I'm not quite finished. I'm going to do a little bit more on it. This is literally about 5 seconds after ending the video. I just looked at it and I thought there's a couple of other things I'd actually like to do on it first, so despite that sort of outro that I just did, I'm actually going to do a little bit more on it now. Firstly, I'm going to get rid of some drips that I'm not quite happy with. It's not that I'm not happy with them, it's just they kind of interfere with what I want to go on down there. So that's that, and the same there. So yeah. Just, I don't want those blue drips there, like that. I don't want that. There we are, that's it, that's all that's all I wanted to do, just those tiny little finishing touches. So yeah, everything I said before, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. That's actually done now, I think. If you, yeah, they each have sort of 3 points where they meet the ground. Yeah, okay. Done now. Goodbye. See you next time.